The Hostile Zone, hosted by the infamous and dangerous and much lied about Eric A. Cinotti. This is where public corruption, abuse of power, a waste and misabuse of public dollars, and ultimately using your personal position for gain and power influence over others is met with extreme hostility. Otherwise, everyone else is welcome. Welcome to the Hostile Zone.
Welcome to the Hostile Zone. Welcome, folks. Welcome. You're with the infamous and dangerous and always in your face, Eric Andrew Cinotti. Eric A. Big A. Cinotti. Who?
Eric Cinotti, of course.
Right here on the Hostile Zone, coming at you live right here. Another day, another week, another year. Here we are. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just so much going on.
There is.
I am your host, as always. I hope you know who I am by now. If not, then in your face. So anyway, I am accompanied by, as always, the lovely, inspirational, and sensual voice, sometimes sensual, depending on some songs. We have a lot of requests. That's why I had to say that. Miss Bianca C. S-E-A. Like the ocean. How are you?
Good. Bianca C., that's me. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
You have a good week? You got a big smile? You seem all excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Always excited to be right here on the Hostile Zone.
Yeah.
Live
I also
on
wanted to
Hostile.
mention what I was wearing today because I'm wearing my mermaid necklace today, and I felt like with the orange, it would go good. Like I'm starting to get like the goldfish look, but I was really going for the splash look from Daryl Hannah type.
I was thinking you had like scales, you know. And, see, like we had something in common for a minute on that. So you are wearing mermaid scales, and I like the scales of justice.
Oh, look at
where
that.
the Lady Justice is blind with the two scales. So I guess we're together on scales today.
Yeah,
Pound on that.
we're feeling scaly.
I'm scaly.
It's all scaly.
Scaly. I don't know. Is that a good? Could that be good? That could be good or bad, right? I guess.
It could be both, good or bad. You're right.
Yeah. You know what? Whatever. It is what it is.
Right.
So anyway, folks.
So what's going on?
I don't know. It feels like almost forever since our BBS episode.
I know, right?
I mean, we got so much going on. It's not even.
I look forward to Mondays.
Not even. I can't even begin to explain. But folks, you know, we it's like I feel like we're talking about some of the same things every day. You know, this show airs actually 7 days a week on other stations as well.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, we're literally 7 days. 2 shows on Mondays, 1 live right now. Then another one will be coming on 9 o'clock prime time on West Coast on FM stations, several, and that airs every night. And then they re-air on the weekends, and then they're actually putting my new show on the weekends.
Yes.
Yeah. So actually, the new show will be on Saturday and Sunday as well, instead of re-airs of the Hostile Zone. So, folks, and you want to go anywhere, you can find us. Just get on any internet search engine, Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, whatever. I got a few security tips for the folks out there too.
Oh,
Because you know what, you got to take your privacy very serious. And I think that's a good topic of conversation since we talked about fire protection recently.
Yes.
With one of our sponsors, FireGator. What a great! I don't talk about them again. We'll get back to Fire. Shout out to FireGator because I know they're watching right now. Shout out Brian. Brian Lyons at FireGate. FireGator. I believe we still have his information on the ticker below. If you want to reach the show, you can get us at the Hostile Zone at BBS Talk Radio, or you can get us at Eric Cinotti at bbstalkradio.com.
Yes.
Or Miss Bianca C. Well, take out the Miss. Bianca C. S-E-A. You don't get the nice forward motion like I do. S-E-A at.
I do it this way.
Like walk like an Egyptian or whatever.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah, maybe I was. If you're watching, folks, or you're listening, you don't know, but I feel like a raver right now, right? Remember that? I never had those stupid sticks, though, the light sticks. I really didn't. Jersey Shore, we just fist bump.
I used
So
to
anyway,
pump my fist, that's all.
So it's Bianca C at bbstalkradio.com.
Yep.
And of course, you can get me directly at Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. And if you want to text us, you can text the show directly right to the show. What is that number to get?
Well, it is 917-877-0171.
Yeah, do that one more time.
917-877-0171.
Did it go up? You heard it?
It did. I heard it.
Yeah, I'm messing with earpieces here.
I'm going to do it again.
Oh, you want to do it again? Let's do it again.
917-877-0171.
Woo.
If you notice, I always sing the melody a little different every time, and it just, I think I like this one better.
So
that's me. Anyway.
All right, so this is since this show is coming at you live,
yes,
and I have the Newswire. As you know, I write for 3 different news media outlets. So
awesome.
As of 13 minutes ago, they're on the Newswire. So this is fresh, folks. I'm coming at you, fresh news. So
fresh?
I'm looking at fresh.
Like
it's
Fresh
actually
Prince,
it's not actually when I tell you what the story is, it's not really. I don't want to make a joke out of it.
Got it.
So we have 3 police officers were killed, 5 others wounded in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Really?
They were out to serve, and this, folks, again, don't bot and troll me. This is coming in to me fresh on the wire. I knew about it about 10 minutes before. Actually, it's printed here, and now I'm getting the teletype brought me in the information. So don't bot and troll me later on. But here it is. We got 3 police officers are killed at this time, and 5 others wounded in the process of trying to serve a high-level warrant on a subject, is what they said.
Subject.
Okay. And, it's so new. I don't know how much I can actually speak about this information. Yeah, there's only like 3 lines. So we got, as of now, there are 3 police officers killed in Charlotte, and good, I'm getting more coming in. Trying to serve a warrant, and
my family goes out.
They had 5 other officers at the same time. Here it is. Okay, so 3 officers, and they were on the U.S. Marshals Task Force serving a warrant for a high-level felon wanted for possessing a firearm. That's kind of weird. Firearm, and then killed 5 others. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So this guy's got a background. I never, especially when I don't know what other stations you listen to on our other networks. We have several affiliate stations. I personally, as a correspondent, I do not say the name of the offender when these sort of things happen.
You shouldn't, because then
I don't. I'm giving
they do this purposely to try to be famous. And
you know what I mean?
It's not going to happen.
If you want to find it, it'll pop up on some other news channel. But the bottom line is, as of now, 3 officers on the U.S. Marshals Task Force were killed, and 5 other officers were wounded in a shootout that lasted for several minutes. And what is not on the teletype, but I got from a source already on scene, was that the SWAT team happened to have been in the area. Believe it or not, they were out on some kind of exercise or something.
Oh, really?
So they were not too far from the scene, and they were able to come in and assist. And unfortunately, this is not very hostile. Hearts and minds go out to the families of the officers. I don't know what agency specifically. They're on the U.S. Marshals Task Force. So, folks, if you don't know how that works, when you have task force, even in the military, whatever, it's usually representative from different agencies working in unison. Word of the day. Unison. Word of the day. We should make a list of word of the day.
Word of the day.
So anyway, yeah. So when they have a task force, they come together. They have their that several people. You get temporarily sworn in as a deputy marshal or a special deputy marshal, and you go out with them. So they're not indicating who the officers were, but they were with the marshal service, which is, I'm sure there's a lot more going to go on with this story, folks. There's going to be a lot more because when you wonder what is going on, when you understand the system, what the jobs are of the different agencies and what their mission and role is, it's mind-boggling. I mean, folks out there that don't know, you got local police department, you got county police department, sometimes 2 county police departments where you live. You may have a county police and a county sheriff. Every town may have its own police department based on where you live. Then you have you may have several, not just the police department at the county and a sheriff. You may have other law enforcement agencies at the county level, like the prosecutor's office or the district attorney's office. They have investigators who are police officers. Then you have the attorney generals or at the state level. They may have agents, investigators or agents in different areas as well. And then you got the feds, and the feds are FBI, Homeland Security, the U.S. Marshal Service, and ICE, which is Immigration, Border Patrol, Customs. That's the ICE thing, and all they fall under Homeland Security, but don't be confused because the FBI and whatever and the Marshal Service and the Bureau of Prisons fall under the Department of Justice, along with the U.S. Attorney. Very confusing. I don't want to go into a sea hole.
I do get confused by them. Yeah.
It is very confusing. And I'm happy to explain it, but I don't want to go into a sea hole. But I do want to say that I really feel terrible for these police officers' families. Or
My heart goes out to their families.
It really does. It really does.
And
honestly,
it's a sad day because they lost a couple of heroes there.
Yeah, I don't know what this gentleman did. I'll follow up on it. I'm sure I'll be writing about it at some point. But we got they lost 3 or were perished, I guess, in the line of duty, which is a terrible thing to die at any point. But the line of duty, it's honorable. I respect that a lot. That takes a lot. I can't imagine what they went through at that moment going in there, and I cannot imagine the families. That's why there's no names on there on this thing, and that's why I wouldn't say names as I got some tips from people on the ground. So when I don't even know if they notified all the families. So wow, it's terrible. It's terrible. What is going on? We've talked about this, and I'm gonna we've talked about this like several times. Like I am obviously, as you know, I'm a patriot. Here's my multiple copies of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence on the wall. There's one. There's another one over here. I mean, so what I'm trying to say is that 2A, the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution, is your right to bear arms. I am all for that. But I am also for gun control and gun safety. So yes, I want to get that on the record. Important. Gun safety and gun control. Now, what they're saying here is something about wanted for a felon for possessing a firearm. I don't know. I know that there's certain felonies you can't possess a firearm, and it's very ambiguous actually, and it's a great conversation for another time because there was recently a Supreme Court decision. I want to say Butler. But I'm not sure. Don't bot and troll me. But a Supreme Court decision recently actually went in support of you gaining your privilege to have a firearm back again. Generally after you're off of probation or parole or whatever, and if you're not a violent offender, etc. And then also the states have the power too. If it's a state level thing that you did something, they have the right to restore your rights for you. So there's something going on more to this because I just don't see all of these people showing up to serve a warrant for possessing a firearm. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible thing. But this is a question, and it's a hairline conversation here, but we're going to do it. Bottom line is, this is a problem and should never happen. But I want to see how. I want to hear more. I want to see how the response to show up to serve that warrant was, because just like a conversation with somebody or whatever, how you roll in is the response you're going to get from the individual, especially if the individual is unhinged, or there's somebody that's not respecting of the government or respecting of themselves and the other officers. So I mean, if this guy was as violent as you needed them to be, rolling in with a task force, a possession of a firearm, I don't see how that rose to the level of having so much stuff going on. And then if that were the case, then I also want to know, and I'm not critiquing. It's just things I want to know. I'm not, please don't punch me. But I just ask if myself, had they not rolled up, I don't know how they rolled up, but if they rolled up hard, like you would say hardcore, guns ablazing, like we've been seeing recently. I'll give you, for instance, when they took out P. Diddy and they went to his house. I was
thinking that, yeah.
If you saw the video of P. Diddy's house, they were going just to do a search warrant, not even to pick him up or something or anything. They were there. There was no arrest warrant. They were there to search, and they rolled in with all of these cars and equipment, and then they had you saw that video of was it his son?
Yes,
walking backwards with his hands interlocked behind his head with guys with high powered rifles and everything and SWAT gear. And this is something that people have been talking about, and I talk about the overreach and the weaponization of government. Sometimes a little finesse. What's the old saying? You attract more bees with honey than vinegar. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I didn't see the video on this, so I'm not passing judgment on this particular case. I'm saying this is a tragedy, and this is something that should never have happened. And I just want to know, what happened. And it's more stuff's coming in as we go, so I don't really know. Let's see here.
Well, also, maybe they know history of the person. I don't know. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I'm looking right now as you're talking. I'm reading updates.
Yeah, well, there could be so much that's going on from there.
All right, I did confirm they are. It does say here that it's confirmed that it was agents, but they're not really. We cannot give out the names at this time, and also 2 officers from the state of North Carolina Department of. All right, so it looks like probably two probation officers, and a task force, according to the governor's statement at this point. Oh. So I've looked, and it's basically saying Department of Adult Corrections. So that would be parole, probation. Probation, for you that people that don't know, that is for minor offenses, people that don't go to jail or prison. It's kind of like, a slap on the wrist and keep going. Parole is when you actually continue under much heavier supervision and you served in prison. Oh. You did prison time. You do, whatever your prison time is, and then they give you a chance. You either max out or you get out at the certain percentage that you're eligible, or the parole board lets you out, and then you're under parole supervision. So it says Department of the Adult Corrections. So I don't know. I know for a fact that it could be a probation or a parole officer. So, but they're just saying Department of Adult Corrections. So they both belong to the same agency. It could be either one. And then it was 2 agents from the Marshal Service. I don't know. It's very, very, it's breaking. And I got that. And that was information that come from the governor. So where was I back to? Because this stuff just blows my mind. But
yeah, it's unbelievable. You said
oh, we were talking.
Don't go too much gun blazing.
Yeah, sometimes like
the honey.
Yeah, exactly. You get more. More. But who knows? I don't know, because if they were there, all these people, is probably more. He did more than it is, and he probably was a violent offender. Possibly. I can't see somebody with a low level non-violent crime. People and you have a weapon. Why are they going to the house? How would they even know he had a weapon? So there's obviously a lot.
There's a lot to the story. Tip from people, usually they're or undercover or it could be a lot of things actually. So maybe one of his friends that might have got in trouble too, so they probably made a deal. Like I know somebody that has guns or something, and so
Yeah,
it
like,
could be so many things.
They had armored vehicles. They were
Don't
used
think that people are your boys. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just as I'm getting information as we're going here. I don't generally take stuff directly from until I can vet
It's
it.
brand new. It's brand
It's
new.
fresh. Yeah, this is like so. Apparently, they used an armored vehicle to crash through the neighbor's yard and a whole neighborhood and tearing down doorways and windows.
Wow, good gracious.
Yeah, so I mean that just seems way over the top. So, and I'm not saying that they were over the top. I'm just saying that obviously this person was somebody, for real, because why would you show up for something like that with them? And then he started shooting, and it's a standoff in a residential neighborhood. So again, our hearts go out to all the neighbors in that neighborhood. The families of the agents that were killed, and the officers from adult corrections. Very, 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 very sad thing. Heart goes out. Honestly, truly mean that. And it's just unbelievable. And it this just shouldn't happen. I don't know why this is happening, and it's creating such a debate in this country with guns but everyone's you pro-gun, anti-gun. I'm not anti-gun. I'm not pro-gun. I believe it's in our Constitution. I believe there is a place for a firearm in our society, if responsible.
Gun safety.
Treating it like an adult, and doing the right thing. But I guess not everybody can do that.
Right.
Doing the right thing, and why would you fire the weapon?
Yeah.
And why would you shoot?
It's all psychology too. Like I feel like if you're really at that edge, that you're so angry or depressed or something, don't touch the gun.
Right.
Plain
what it
and
is?
simple.
Right. Well, that's what the Brady. Actually, you gave me a conversation.
Yeah.
The Brady bill. It's the Brady bill. The Brady bill.
Is it the Brady bill, like the Brady Bunch?
I think it's a Brady Act. Yeah, funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, this was when they put a 5-day holding wait on the purchase of the firearm.
Okay.
So, and then also created the national standard background check, but then you still have some of this stuff going on with the gun show loopholes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a licensed dealer but you have a firearm and I want to sell it to you, it's mine. I could sell it to you, and then nobody actually knows about the sale. So there are a lot of legalities, and since the show is heard in 54 countries and is heard in every single state on many, many stations, it will be in every single podcast platform within 24 hours. iHeartRadio, everywhere else. I'm not gonna get into the details because everybody is from a different state, and every state has different rules. So,
well, I heard a couple of people mention that, they make it so complicated for a person to get a gun. If they didn't make it so complicated, then people wouldn't be buying it illegal.
Well,
you know what I mean?
This is what I say.
That's what other people. It's not my opinion, but I'm just saying. I'm just hearing what other people are saying.
Right.
But honestly, my opinion is, you need to have that regulation and to check, to make sure that the person is not mentally ill or one day wants to shoot everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that responsibility to check on them, then would you want a person like that to have a gun?
Well,
you know what I mean?
This is
and
another
I
one.
think a person that's in law enforcement, and I don't think it's so complicated.
It is a very tough.
It really is. Usually, I'm for the military and officers, to have the gun. Okay, that's fine. I know they need that for work. You know what I mean? Right. But other than having it for fun, I think you should keep it at the target place. But then there's people that, there's hunting. Right. I mean, I don't know, it's so complicated. Like me, I personally wouldn't want it in the house. But if it was a target shooting, I wouldn't own a gun. If I wanted to shoot a gun, I would go to the target place and rent the gun there to shoot.
And they actually now have, they're in the process of making very good, less than lethal home defense weapons that will fire out. Some of them fire out metal projectiles, and they're CO2 powered, but high power. And you could shoot. I don't know. Maybe I think it's got a little lead in it or something, or a little something in it because it is magnetic, or a pepper ball or a tear gas ball, and it's a firearm, a handgun, small, or you could have like a rifle. And
I can't tell the difference. They look similar.
It's identical. You cannot tell.
Yeah.
And when it goes off, it's loud. So it's loud and it goes out with force, and you go down when you get hit with it. So I think that's a good thing, but you better hope that he stays down, or she, whoever's coming into your house, if you're going to use that.
It's very confusing.
But I never bring a knife to a gunfight. That saying goes. But here's the thing: when you have a weapon, you immediately take it to the next level, and that's kind of what I was going with this story, because did they come hard, or did they especially now that I see that there was adult corrections, maybe the parole officer or whatever went and needed backup. That might be the instance, and then that's how that happened. I don't know, but don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Right. When you have these situations, you elevate the situation. So it's such a very tight window of like things to think about, because once you brandish that weapon, and if the other person who is the intruder in your home or wherever you might be, and if they don't have one, then good for you. But if they do, and you're shooting, you have a less than lethal weapon, like a pepper gun or something like that. They don't know what it is. Now you're in an exchange. It's tough when you're both at the same time. You're like, it could be the other person gets going. All right, I'm going into a seahole here because the news is so fresh. But we've been talking about gun control so much recently. Because
they need to have more gun safety.
We really need gun safety.
And stop making, and people that sell the gun cases or whatever, stop making it so expensive, because it's hard for people that they buy like an affordable gun, yet for that gun size,
right?
You want to buy like a safe for it,
especially if you're in the home, right?
And then you can't afford it. So like now you have just like this plain gun that's exposed, and because the person probably can't afford it, or is waiting a year in order to buy that that safe, whatever, just make it affordable. Like,
and the other thing with the safety part is, if you have a safe, that's wonderful. You should lock it up.
Yes.
But you also got to get the right kind of safe based on you, because everybody's different. But you got to be able to access that firearm, accessible in a rapid. I mean, you're laying in bed sleeping and you hear somebody in your house, an intruder. You need to reach for it.
Yeah, I think they should have like a thumb.
It should be, but a thumbprint and a code. Yes. But you got to be quick. You got to be able to do it quick.
That's why I'm saying with the thumbprint, at least
I like
it's
about
quick
the thumbprint,
to go. You know what I mean? And that's it.
And that's good. But then I'm worried about kids. So that's why I would say.
Well, the kids won't have the same
thumb,
thumbprint.
and it's a double. It's a double. A thumb and with a backup and a code. A thumb and then 3 digits, 4 digits, whatever. I don't know.
Because I know if I was in like a shocking moment and stuff, my mind would go blank.
And then they have trigger
Wouldn't you feel like that, like in a pressure thing, and you
right,
feel
and then they fire.
Yeah,
they shoot. And that's what happens too. A lot of times, people end up shooting because they're scared. They're scared. They're startled. They pull out this weapon, and then the person moves. So they're already scared. You're like tight. You're all tight, and next thing you know, you pulled the trigger and you killed somebody.
You know what? That second code thing actually is a good idea, as I think about it, because it gives you that extra second thought. Should I still take it out or no? You know what I mean?
Right. And that's exactly a very good point, Bianca. Is that it does do that, but it's a twofold situation, because at the same time, it also slows you down a bit. So I guess it's for each his own. I mean, like we were talking about fire gator before, so we'll talk about fire department. When you have a family and you got children, you should always practice an escape route for your home.
Absolutely.
Teach your child where to go in the time of emergency. Stay low to the ground, avoid the heat and the smoke, and find, and then have a designated area outside of your residence, your home, where everybody will meet up, and then that you had that your family's there, and you should run like a drill, like we did in school as kids.
Yeah.
At least I remember.
A fire
Catholic
drill.
school, we had fire drills like once a month.
Drill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to have like a fire drill like that at home.
Yeah. You got to teach the kids that. So how I bring that into this is it becomes like muscle memory. It's volition, voluntary movement, but it's muscle memory where you just go. You wake up in the middle of the night and you smell smoke and it's hot. Get right to the floor, and you know where you're going, what you're going to do. You have the firearm safe. You practiced it, and you went over it. And you time yourself, and you make sure you know what you're doing, because you're not going to have the lights on, right? It's going to more than likely you're going to be half asleep. It's going
to be at night,
right?
Yes,
you're going to be half asleep.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be groggy. It's going to be dark, and the most important thing, your adrenaline's going to fire up as high as it could be. And fight or flight kicks in.
Yes.
And people forget things. People forget their own information.
The mind goes blank.
There are people have been killed at ATM machines at gunpoint because they can't remember their PIN code.
I admit I would be one of those people.
And they get nervous. So, you have to, it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
But all right, enough of that. So Ms.
I
Bianca,
would forget something so simple.
Right.
Because of the pressure, and I hate it. I really do. Yeah,
it's, I just wonder if, I just don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to see police or not otherwise get hurt. I don't want any, but I also don't want to see, it's a slippery slope. Let's not change the Constitution.
You also have to respect the person that doesn't like guns either. You know what I mean? So
listen,
either way,
everybody has their own.
Everybody has their own opinion.
Everybody has their own thing.
You gotta respect that opinion for what they think, and that's it. You can't give a lecture, whatever, because you know what? I'm always the type of person, like anything that's like religion, politics, gun control, everything. You can't force a person to follow the same opinion that you have.
No, you can't. You can't. And but here's the thing. We were at a movie premiere this weekend, post premiere party, whatever. And I had a conversation with somebody over politics, and they wanted to know my positions. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
You were there.
Yes.
And and this is good, because I like when somebody asks that, because then they're not attacking you. You're not attacking them. I want a free flow of communication.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell you my position on an issue. I'm not going to lie to you. I'll tell you my position. I tell you all the time on the show.
Yeah.
And we went back and forth, and it was not an argument, which was good. But I wasn't as intellectual as I had hoped it might be. But I wish everybody could. The point is, I wish everybody could have at least what I had that week, that night at that party, those kinds of situations, instead of people screaming at each other. You see what's going on. I mean, I'm bringing it up, and I wasn't going to, but Israel and Palestine and Iran and whatever.
Yeah, just have a
everybody's protesting and fighting.
Yeah.
Let's not do it. There's no need. There's no need for it. The second you're having a discussion,
mm-hmm.
a spirited discussion, we'll say.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
A spirited discussion. The second somebody is yelling at the other person or insulting them,
just walk
it's
away.
over.
Yeah.
Right? It's over. There's no reason. There's no reason for it.
Exactly. Don't continue the conversation. Just walk away, because usually when the first person starts to yell, that's because they don't know.
Usually that's what they do. That's your defense mechanism.
So then you're like, after that, you're wasting your breath to respond back to the person, because they're stuck on their ways, and it's just pointless to go on and feed the fire to the person to get even louder. So
yeah, you're just
if that happens, just walk away.
You're feeding the you're feeding fuel.
And you know what makes me mad too? Because usually they're like, "Oh, now you're walking away or something because you don't want to have it." No.
I'm walking away because you're not worth my time.
Exactly.
We are never going to get. We can agree to disagree, and I'm okay with that.
What about those that come out with their phones?
Everybody's gonna film it. Yeah, right.
No, like even in putting a person on the spot and they break out their phone to like oh now you like those people are so stupid. Like,
that happened to me once.
Years ago.
Happened in a bar, and I was running for office, and they got up in my face and wanted to ask me questions, and
it was beginning of the Trump thing.
Yeah,
I think was, and I'm like,
let's not, and we're not going to trump it up here either.
Anyways.
we're not going there. I mean, we will at some point, but not today.
Yeah, but it was just a group of kids that think that they knew their politics. Like they're fresh out of of the maybe like what freshman year of college maybe.
Oof.
And that's when
that's the best year. The freshman year is your best year, and your last year. College.
It's
at least
exciting,
for me in college.
and then the last year,
I'm not counting high school because I don't even think I even showed up most of the time.
The first year, you're like, I'm excited.
I'm eager to be in college. And then you're going to do a fraternity or a sorority. You're going to get involved in collegiate sports, maybe. I did student government too. I played sports and I did student government. You're going to do stuff. I wrote for the paper.
And then the last year, you're like, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
And then
I'm ready for the world.
But you know what's funny? It's funny with that is I have several degrees, as you know. So and when I finished it, I was at when I'm about to finish a degree, I'm dying to get it over with. And then I'm not even out of school for like a year or not, or even less. And I'm like, I think I want to go back and get another degree.
Because you miss it.
Because you miss it, yeah. You miss it. So I don't know. So folks, we're going to move into some requests because there's a lot of song requests for Bianca here. But
is there?
There is. I'm going to hit a few of those. But you know what? We got to take a station break here. Don't go anywhere. Don't make Cinotti come looking for you, because I'll do it. How you doing? Am I going to smoke? Doesn't mean I'm your friend.
You know everything up there. He doesn't go to...
Just because I'm nice to you doesn't mean I'm your friend.
I did maybe, but you won't go to...
Remember this face. I'm the one that did that to you.
There's not that much of
Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice, let it be heard. Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice.
Oh, hello, Governor. That's right. You're with Eric A. Cinotti, the Hostile Zone. Now, it's after midnight. You should be in bed, sleeping up, getting fresh on Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Hostile Zone. All right, Governor? Cheers. Hey, I'm Eric A. Cinotti. I'm the in-your-face, on-air talk show host of the syndicated show, The Hostile Zone. I'm in your neighborhood now. I'm on 99.9 True Country, KKTC. I'm with The Hostile Zone. We're going to keep it real. Commentary, the news, we're going to have a good time. Don't make me come looking for you. Be here, 9 p.m., Monday through Friday, KKTC, True Country.
Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice, let it be heard. Use your voice, Cinotti hears you. Use your voice.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you very much, because I really didn't want to come looking for you. So I am quite happy you're here. So now, Miss Bianca, and we're going to get to some more news, but we always have to hear Bianca's lovely voice. So we have several text messages that have been building up.
Yes, we have.
And several emails that have been building up. And we are going to roll with that and see what it's going to be. Let's throw Miss Bianca under the bus right now.
Woo!
So we have a request from, this actually came out of Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Shout out to you, Kenneth, in Vegas. Thank you for watching the show.
Hi,
He
Kenneth.
said in a message, and there's a lot of emails, so and I apologize if we don't get to your emails or your texts. There's a lot. And when we pick things that people ask us, it's a lot to cover, and it's a lot of work for my staff. But he said that you sang a song that he remembered from his childhood, and then it was his wedding song with his wife.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So Kenneth wanted you. He said you sang it better than the original artist, and better than they did at the wedding.
Oh,
That's
also, so sweet. Thank you, Kenneth.
So Kenneth, shout out to you out there. Thank you out there in Vegas. He listens on both networks too. So he listens on our FM station out there to us,
Well,
and he listens to us on iHeart. So thank you, Kenneth. Appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you the song, Miss Bianca.
And what's the song?
It was Memories.
Memories.
Remember you did Memories?
Oh, yes, I have. Oh, I enjoyed it.
He said that, and he was hoping, and actually RW sent one of the people on the staff responded to him to let him know that, and I didn't tell production, key it up. Get it right. So they emailed them back to make sure that they are literally watching the show live right now.
Oh.
So let's go take it to, are you ready keyed up to do that?
Oh, let's see. Let me see. Give me a few moments.
All right.
I know it's on my
I threw it under the bus,
it's
folks. So
on my playlist.
yeah, I threw it under the bus. I didn't tell
see.
anybody it was coming. Wait, are you going to be ready for that?
All right.
Let me. All right. So we're going to go to Miss Bianca.
All right. Let's do this. Midnight, not a sound from a pavement. Has the moon lost a memory? She is smiling alone in the lamplight. The withered leaves collect at my feet, and the wind begins to moan. Memories all alone in the moonlight. I can dream of the old days. I was beautiful then. I remember the time I knew what happiness was. Let the memory live again. Every street lamp seems to be about a lipstick warning. Someone mutters and the street lamp gutters, and soon it will be morning. Daylight, I must wait for the sunrise. I must think of a new life, and I mustn't give in. When the dawn comes, tonight will be a memory too, and a new day will begin.
All right, we're back in the game. All right, thank you. Woo. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
So, Miss Bianca.
I was like, woo, already cut like right there.
Yeah, right, boom. So, Miss Bianca.
That was fun.
You want to, that was a fan.
Yeah, thank you, Kenneth, again from Viva Las Vegas.
Yep. So we're gonna hit another one. I'm gonna sandbag you again. So let's warm it up here. So you sang another song, and this is from Alice from New York.
Hey, New York.
And she actually played in the Broadway play, and you sang the song better than the person in the play. And actually, she's going to come on the show. She's an actress on this play. What was that song that where you hit that note? Never Enough. What is it? Never Enough.
Never Enough. Oh yeah.
Yes.
The Greatest Showman.
So there is a request directly from Broadway. Alice, she's here too because I know that my staff emailed, and they're actually not only is she watching, but casting is watching it too.
Really?
So shout out to them, and we'll bring it right into Miss Bianca, and we're gonna sandbag her because she's not ready to pull the song up, folks. I did this to her. I did it to her.
You did do that to me.
Well, because we're building up on emails and we're building up on requests and things. We have to do it. Then after that, we'll swing into the wrap up on the talk side. All right, bring it into Miss Bianca. The floor is yours.
Okay. Perfect. All right, let's do this. I'm trying to hold my breath. I'm trying to hold my breath. Let it stay this way. Can't let this moment end. You set off a dream in me, getting louder now. Can you hear it echoing? Take my hand. Will you share this with me? 'Cause darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars you steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Tower of gold is still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough for me. Never, 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 never for me, for me. Yeah, never enough, never enough, never enough for me, for
sandbag you with another song, but that was a lovely song. You did a lovely job.
Thank you.
But this one is your choice. This is going out to military. I don't want to say specifics, but a unit out in San Diego, Coronado area, and they are requesting something that they are going somewhere, and they are requesting for you to sing something. You're going to do the national anthem, but something for them. Powerful.
Something
yeah, they
for
said powerful.
them. Wow.
That you hit the high notes and the hard notes they want to remember. So do it. We're on a time crunch, so grab something good.
You really put me on the spot.
Go up.
Which one?
That one. That's
This
good,
one?
right?
Lost in Your
Right?
Eyes. Okay.
Yeah, here you go. All right, we'll bring it back. I see. I picked it out, but she's gonna because I know she can do
I
this.
love that one.
She can do it, folks. She can do it. Then you're gonna get the final word from me before we close out.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Floor to Miss Bianca.
Yes. Let's see. Hear it.
You get it. Yeah, it's a good song.
Yes.
I get lost in your eyes, and I feel my spirit rise and soar like the wind. Is it love that I am in? I get weak in a glance. Isn't this what's called romance? And now I know, 'cause when I'm lost, I can let go. I don't mind not knowing what I'm headed for. You can take me to the sky. It's like being lost in heaven when I'm lost in your eyes. I just feel, I don't know why, something's there we can't deny. And when I first knew, when I was first looked at you, and if I can't find my way, if salvation seems rolled away, oh, I'll be found when I am lost in your eyes. Oh, I don't mind not knowing what I'm heading for. You can take me to the skies. It's like being lost in heaven when I'm lost in your eyes. I get weak in a glance. Isn't this what's called romance? Oh, I'll be found when I am lost in your eyes.
That was pretty amazing, Miss Bianca.
Yeah.
So that
And-
was. So what did you want to say?
Oh yeah, I would like to say I would like to give a shout out to the military.
Specifically to
Yes,
these
specifically for the
men and women
military.
out in the Coronado area who are about to go do some things for our country. We thank you. We truly do. And
Yes, thank you for your service, and I hope fighting for our country. I hope you arrive safely back home.
Wonderful.
Because of you, that's why we sleep peaceful at night.
This is true. We lost Toby Keith this month, and very sad. And like he said in the song "American Soldier," you rest in sleep, sleep peace at night, because we're out there in the front. So there it is. Shout out to you guys. Love you, military to military. Miss Bianca, I love it. Thank you very much. Yes. Folks, we're at a hard close. So I want to just give you my final note. We went with a couple extra songs because there was just so many people. The boxes are full, and the text messages are coming in. Oh my God, they're coming all night.
That's a good
thing. It's a good thing. And we are specifically played on some installations. So specifically, I know that where they're listening a lot out there. So shout out to them. And next week, you're going to do a few others for some other places around.
Yes.
Folks, I love it that you were here this week with us. Remember, the Hostile Zone is everywhere on every single platform. 5 stars, every platform. Just Google or Bing, DuckDuckGo, whatever. We'll talk next week about a little bit more privacy. Check the ticker out on the screen. What is that number again?
It is 917-877-0171.
That's so wonderful. So that's how you grab us. Again, thank you, Kenneth. Happy anniversary with your wife. I'm sure they loved it. And to Alice, I'm pretty sure she liked that. Alice off of Broadway. And to the military, thank you very much, guys. I'll personally respond back to the email. I'm sure they're going to have comment. Yeah. But folks, you'll be back next week. But how do we end the show?
By singing the national anthem, a cappella.
A cappella, right? You're going to give it a hardcore for the military.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, just because you're going to wait a week to get us on this network, we're on every night on AM and FM. Just check out the Hostile Zone at your favorite platform. Check your local AM FM provider and your cable provider. We are on several cable networks, and we're about to be on another one. And we are on Roku now, and we are also on Apple and Fire Stick, I believe. Yep. They're in the process of trying to upload all the shows for you guys. Yep. Okay, Miss Bianca, end it with honor, grace, and glory, and true love for our country, especially for the men and women that are going to stand up for us. Let's do it.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting air, yet proved through the night that our flag was still there.
And it ain't going anywhere.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Somebody hears you, use your voice, let it be heard. Use your voice, somebody hears you, use your voice.
Thank you for listening to the Hostile Zone, because in Cinotti's Zone, I hear everything, everywhere. For everyone else, see you next Monday for more outrageous talk, where we pull back the curtain and hold no punches. From me to you, Have a great week. And remember, everyone, treat others kind, treat your family kinder, and always love our country.
That's right, folks. Don't ever forget, Cinotti hears you.